All right. Well, hello everyone. It is, July 10th, 8 o'clock. We're doing our weekly sales training here for the Real Deal Dream Team. If you're here, you are in our downline and you're an influencer with pharmacy. So I'm really excited about this training. I'm going to introduce Tina Balser. She is one of our directors on our team, and we were just chatting in our one of our leader chats, and she mentioned about doing an event. But the biggest thing was um, that she enrolled 6 people from that event, and it was really low key. It was a girlfriend, just some girlfriends hanging out, and we were just asking her questions, and we really felt like this could definitely be beneficial for the whole team. And one thing, I've been in the industry for 8 years, and one thing I've learned is there's nothing is going to, I'm a social media person. I grow my business 99.9% on social media, but I do still value those in-person things. If I can do like something with even just a few friends, especially when I'm feeling stuck, nothing beats the power of doing something in person. When I'm never going to be able to show someone what this smells like and feels like or something tastes like. And sometimes it's just that little thing and being around a few people to get people to the next stop. So I'm excited because I looked over some of the things she's going to share, and I'm going to take notes myself. So I'm going to go ahead and kick it over to you, Tina, and it's your call.
Awesome. Awesome. Brittany, thank you so much for having me and asking me to host. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Tina Bolser. I am so excited to join you. Full time, I'm an account executive. I work remote out of my home. My background is in higher education, and I have been in direct sales over 6 years now. And so, with my prior company, I always wanted to do an open house, do something like this. And I did so much online, especially through times of COVID and all the things. And I had the opportunity to go to Miami when Brittany was hosting. And I was inspired by all the things that I could touch, all the things that I could see, and really thought about when I left Miami, how could I do this in my home, right? I can't do the big like Nutra Plus bar and all the things in the showroom, but I could bring a little bit of that into my home to share with others so they could look, feel, touch, and understand all of these amazing products and how it can help them feel good on the inside and out. So, really excited to join tonight. I hope you brought a pen, paper. I definitely want to go through some things to help share. I have a little video of how everything went. I recorded it for my team, so hopefully I can get Zoom to work so you can see it. Definitely, we'll also be sharing a Google Doc in that video afterwards, so everybody has that as a starting point. But what I hope tonight is a piece of inspiration for you to say, okay, I could do this. I did this in my home. You could do this, at, a margarita place or at a pizza place or at another friend's house, or you could bring a little bit of and do it as a traveling way. So it can be done, I think, in any way you want to bring it to others so they can touch, sense, see all the great products that pharmacy has to offer and how it can really help them. One of the things that I wanted to start with was just like some things that you should know. Anyone can do this. I really embraced that learn as you earn type of mindset. When I committed to the date, I said there's no going back now. I created that Facebook event and I made a list, right? How many of you have lists? Right, of all the people that maybe you've been talking to, or gosh, I want to share this. I just started making a local list of women who, I've already shared this with, I've reached out to, they may already have a sample. We've already been talking about this, right? So I've joined in February, so I've been churning a little bit now. And I thought, what a better way to bring them into my home. And you might also be thinking, okay, if you're bringing it into your home, how did you do this? I have 3 kids. I have an amazing husband. We made sure the kids and my husband could be at a different location so we could essentially prepare and bring this to life. And so I really wanted to embrace learn as you earn. If I waited till I knew everything, I would never be doing anything. And so there were moments in time where I knew I had women that were coming to me with psoriasis and other things that they were going through. And I tried to do some of my homework. I tried to learn, but I also created conversations with the women who I knew were coming. So I knew kind of what to expect and I could prepare in the best way moving forward. And even during the party, I said, gosh, that's a great question. I'm not sure, but let me figure that out. And just took it with every beat and every stride. I forget what movie it is, but it's like we're gonna walk gracefully and grandfully. And I just try to take it with ease and have fun and learn right along with it because that was truly the best thing that I could do. And one of the things I also learned was, a few people started showing and coming in and they want to be shown the way. They want to be treated. They see things, but they don't know where to start. So I had different, a Nutra Plus bar, if you will. I had a makeup area. I put a perfume area in my bathroom so they could try things. So it was very sensory, if you will. And as people came in, I welcomed them. I shared more about pharmacy. I offered them refreshments. I had, of course, things to eat. And then just welcomed them to say, hey, what would you like to try first? What things are you excited about? And so before I knew it, we were pouring aloe shots and everybody was trying aloe and the different flavors. And then we moved to coffee. Folks were really inspired by all of the wellness type of products. And what I learned by that is a lot of them already knew what they did because they were doing their research. They just wanted to know if they tasted good. I mean, it was that simple. Oh my gosh. Okay. L-carotene, tastes good. So we took one bottle and split it with two people. They tried it and they go, oh, this is great. Okay. Collagen, a little sweet, but I could mix it. This is cool. And so we started talking about all the different things that it could do and how it could impact them and support their overall wellness and health. I had a few questions as Brittany was already sharing this in some of the chats, and it really inspired me to want to share this really important point tonight. And it was so much about connection over selling, 100%. I definitely was excited for, what could come from it, but it was more about connecting and understanding what they were there for. What types of things are you trying to support for your overall health, wellness, beauty? What skincare do you have or not? Do you even have a routine? So it was very inspiring to connect with women and learn more about them. I know walking away from that, my heart was not only full, but extremely humbled because what you learn when you invite and you open not only your home and your heart, you learn so much from people. One of the women that was there, she was a breast cancer survivor. She also has psoriasis and a list of other medical type of conditions and just an incredible human to talk with. And she was one of the first ones to just start picking up things and understanding it and making a list. And so I had wish lists for them as well that they could come and start writing things down kind of as they went. It was not like a vendor event. There wasn't a lot of QR codes out. I did not make it salesy. I made it an experience to touch, feel, play, and just have fun and definitely connect. And through that, I really gave them a few options. One was, hey, you're all local. I'll do a bulk order and just I did like a 10% off bulk order type of opportunity. Or you can join, right? And join forever and get that 50% off. And one of the things that also added value is I already had a teammate that was also there. And so when we were talking and after we had those experiences, it kind of was like a domino effect because she was able to share why she joined. And, gosh, we all joined because we wanted to save at first to say, okay, is it really great? And if it is awesome, I just saved a lot of money. And if I don't like it, at least I didn't spend a lot of money, right? It was kind of the mindset that was going through the room at the time. And gosh, I could get all of this and join. And that was also during the $10 join special. So we didn't talk about buying and I certainly wasn't talking about any costs or anything until really the end. We walked them through and we ate and we had our coffee and our collagen and our aloe. And then we moved over to a beauty area where they were able to try mascaras and lips and cheeks and spray rose toner. So anything that they could spray or use like a little spatula lotion sample, we just kind of just let it happen. It was a 3 hour event on a Saturday from noon to 3. I treated it solely as an open house, so people could come and go as they please. And what I found is they all came sometime between noon and 1, and they all stayed until 3 o'clock, and we're having a lot of fun together. So it was really exciting. I also have a daughter who is 11, and she is in skincare age. So any mom who had a daughter who is interested, I also welcome them to come. And so, with mother's permission, of course, then introduce them to the hydro line because that's definitely the aqua line that is definitely the most and best for youthful skin, if you will. And so we did some pieces in that way. So I was very much of not prescribed and non-prescriptive, but just kind of treating it as stations and educating, teaching, sharing, and learning all throughout the afternoon. So I'll pause there for a moment because I wanted to start with some of those highlights because I think those things were super important as I reflected and preparing to share this evening. I think one of the other pieces is to start early. I planned about 4 weeks in advance. So just kind of looking ahead to be able to start working backwards from that date was extremely important. I sent out I think about 50 invites. 16 people were able to come. You know, I'm doing this on June 21st in the summer. There's vacations, there's all kinds of things happening. We definitely had some people that weren't able to come last minute, but all through the invitation process, I would reach out. If I didn't hear from someone, I just checked back in and said, hey, are you able to stop in this Saturday? Hey, it's happening tomorrow. I didn't know if you're getting my messages. Were you able to stop in? Oh, yeah, I was. I'm so sorry I didn't get back to you. But then if somebody said, gosh, I can't come, I said, oh, I totally get it. Could I send you a goodie bag? I'd hate for you to miss the party, but I'd love to bring the party to you. Would that be okay? So I still was connecting with them even if they couldn't come. So it kept keeping everybody warm as we went and using this as an opportunity to even reach some new people that I haven't had a chance to talk to pharmacy about, but it was a super inviting way. And then also following up with them after the party, letting them know that I'm really excited to host again in the fall. So that follow up was key. I didn't do just like a round of follow ups and then like see what happened. I kept churning and people are busy, right? Things happen, we all look at something and go, oh my gosh, I forget to respond. So just kept following up over those 4 weeks. We had about 9 people attend. 6 of them joined and others, grabbed products through a bulk order. I did not sell product that they could take with them that day. That was not the goal. If I were to do that, then I don't think anybody would have joined. They would have gotten the things that they wanted and gotten that instant gratification and then not been connected, as a customer to get text messages, as an influencer, all of those things. So I really stuck to, hey, we'll do a local bulk order or you can join and 10%, 50%. I mean, the math was really mathing for them. And it really made sense because of the things that they were really excited about that they got to have in their hands. Let's see here. I'm just trying to, I have a great Google Doc I'm excited to share with you all. I think I'm going to try to then share the video really quick so you guys can see the setup and then we can probably go into some
Let me know if it lets you
Q&A.
share as a co-host.
Yeah, thank you for that, Brittany. Because I wanted to make sure, because if I share, then I just have to make sure I share computer sound. So let me make sure it's going to do that. Can you see the video screen? Okay, I'm gonna try to share it. Let me know if you can hear it. If not, at least it's a great visual. It's 2 minutes.
No sound, but really good visual.
Okay, you guys, first open house. I have to share this. There we go. Awesome. I will definitely make sure we share that. I hope the video was helpful. I'm sorry that there wasn't audio, but you got a tour of my home. But what I loved about that is it was like stations, and putting like perfume in the bathroom and having little testers and things like that. So everything is on Amazon. I'll have links in the Google form so you can see like which ones and all the things. But I thought it'd be fun to have setups because this is not the only time I'm going to do this. Like I want to do this like every 3 months, like every quarter, I want to do something like this and keep sharing and bringing those folks back because now they're on my team. I'm really excited for them because now some of them are joining for the discount. Two are like, hey, I wonder if this could be a business for me. Okay, awesome. Let's talk about that. And so it's just, being able to connect and plant those seeds with folks and help them grow in the direction that they want to. And it was super exciting to do this because I also did this with my daughter. She's 11. She stayed the night with me. We set all of this up. We were doing goodie bags, all the things. I even like have one of them here with me. And I just did like a face mask, right? So we talked about what their skin type was. They grabbed a face mask, and then like I just got little goodies like hair clips, scrunchies, stickers, just little things that they could take away as a thank you for just coming. I used like little pharmacy like info cards, and we drew for a door prize. So somebody got to pick like a skincare item that they got to take home. And it was incredibly exciting. And I think, and I hope, a really great starting point. I also wanted to share too what you saw in the video. It was very station-like, and then it was immersive with folks. Like folks once like we opened the can of worms, they're like, okay, can I try a tea? Can I try one of those, tablets? Sure. Like it was just about sharing. And it had nothing to do with like, oh my gosh, am I, sharing too much? How much does that cost me? All the things. It was like, this is your playground. I invited everybody in and said, this is a sandbox day. Have fun, play, learn, let's have a great time. And I'm really excited because there's so many products that they're all now using, especially in the wellness line, that they're already seeing amazing results from and literally like texting me daily saying, oh my gosh, like I love this skincare product. Like, look at this. My psoriasis is like already better, all the things. So I'm just super excited for the ladies that were able to come and what we're going to do with it next. Um, I was also thinking about what would I do differently or how would I move this forward as well. And I think one of the things that I would do is to do something maybe thematic, if you will. So I was already thinking about like Halloween, like doing a spooktacular open house and like having some sort of like spooky glow up drink or, things that are thematic based and get people really excited, or make a recipe from like the protein powder and they could try like something, edible that was made from some of our wellness line products, things like that, or have like recipe cards where they could make their own. I kind of found myself kind of bartending a lot, if you will, which was super fun, but wanting to let them kind of drive a little bit too. So those would be maybe some of the things that I would add, like a protein cupcake. Absolutely, Clarissa. I love that. I think somebody asked about food. I just did a lot of dips, things that I didn't have to like worry about restocking. I went to Sam's and, I just got like meats and cheeses and I got all pre-made dips and I dumped them into crock pots and it looked like I made everything. So, but it was great. We had dips and chips and all the fun things. So again, it was just a really great immersive experience. And I think also I would have loved to have like somebody else there to like help take pictures or try to do some more like video and things like that. Like my daughter was like, once her friends came, she was like, peace, we're gonna go play skincare and do face masks in the bathroom, but I think I would have done a little bit more of that. And I also want to do some like before and after print offs that we already have access to in the design lab, things like that. Maybe like print off, blow up, put with some of the products. So it kind of highlights a little bit more about like what they do, how can they help. I tried to stay away from like a ton of QR codes and a ton of signage because I'm like, they're coming to my house. I want them to feel comfortable, and left the living room completely open so they could like sit down, grab a drink, grab a catalog, and by the end of it they're all sitting in the living room with a coffee and they're like just kind of going through the catalog, and we were just kind of connecting one-on-one and floating, so it was really really super fun. So you don't have to be perfect, you just have to be present and do the thing, because every time you do it it's just going to get better and better. So that's what I have. I'm happy to take questions.
I'll go over a few questions I was writing down. That was so helpful, and I think you answered everything that was in the chat too. So I looked at that because people were asking about the goodie bags and stuff. So I think one thing I was thinking of is, what would you say to someone who might feel like their home isn't nice enough, their space
Okay.
isn't nice enough, or no one would come? Did I freeze?
Hey Brittany, are you there?
Okay, I'm here. I was like, oh my gosh, did I freeze? Am I here? Am
No,
I
just a
back?
little bit. Yeah, you're
Okay.
back.
Okay. So one thing I wanted to ask you was, what would you say to someone if they're feeling like maybe their home isn't nice enough or no one would come? What would you tell them to get past that?
Yeah, absolutely. I would, if you're thinking, gosh, I would not want to do this in my home, look for, a place in town, like a pizzeria or like a Mexican place and do a margarita night, do beauty and margaritas. I think you can do this outside of your home. You just would have to be strategic about just like what you pack, what you bring, all the things like in that type of a way. Or you could partner with a friend who's really excited about pharmacy. Maybe you could use their space as well. So I think that like where there's a will, there's a way, to kind of think about, where could I do this? Where does this make sense? Maybe there's somebody in your area that's on your team that maybe you want to, like, we have a clubhouse that we do have access to, but I wanted to keep it here. I was too worried about trying to pack all the things. But you could definitely do an alternate location. I have someone on my team who, she goes, I have 4 kids. It's crazy. She goes, but I like the idea of going to like a fun restaurant, getting like a meeting room, and just inviting some friends and having margaritas. So this is something that she's talking about doing.
Yep, I love that. So what kind of follow-up are you doing for maybe those that said they were going to come and didn't, those you invited, those that came but maybe didn't sign up yet? Like, are you just following up like you would regularly? And then, okay,
Absolutely. Absolutely. They're just like they're in my pipeline
they're
now
in
with
your
those touch
pipeline. Just
points. Yep, they're
anytime
in
there's
my
a
pipeline.
promo. Okay, that's what I
Yep,
kind
if
of
there's a
thought
promo
there.
I'm sharing, hey, if they got a goodie bag, hey, I talked to them about like which skincare sample would be good for them. Hey, Izzy, did you try the skincare sample? Oh my gosh, yep, I love the Lumi. This is awesome. Okay, great. This is on sale right now. Like just, pipeline. They're all in pipeline. And I sent personal handwritten thank you cards to every single person who came to the party. 100%.
Okay, I love that. So that's really good because I can add up even if someone doesn't come, now they're still on your list. So I know you said you did not it wasn't a vendor event. You weren't like, "Hey, buy from me and leave." But every
No.
product that you had out, they could use is what I'm taking, like they could test
Yes.
it.
Yep,
Okay.
absolutely. Like I have my own rose toner spray. Like
That's what
we
I
can all
said. Do you just
spray.
use basically your own? Like you would have it
Yeah,
like out there.
yeah,
Okay, that's what I was kind of thinking.
yeah.
So
There was
just
a lot of things that I looked at and I was like, okay, I could share this. You know what I'm saying? Like mascara, you got to get your own spoolie and
yeah.
do your own thing, like one dip and things like that. But anything that was like in a pump that we could share, we did that. If it was like in a cream base, like the pistachio cream, right? Like I got a different cream and then we used spatulas from it. So anything like if I was dipping my finger in it, I didn't share it. But anything that was like a spray or a pump, we did.
But yeah, I
So
mean, because
yeah.
essentially, like we say, you should be a product of the product. So I know I could welcome anyone in my house right now and they could try any of the wellness products that I
Yeah,
have. You know what I
exactly.
mean? So
Yep,
without having to buy
exactly.
extra, and then you could, essentially get extra with your budget or whatever that looks like. Because that's what I was kind of thinking of, like the whole like budget friendly stuff. There was other one I was kind of thinking of. So I definitely heard you when you said you kept it super casual. And I know sometimes there can be like that middle line where it's too casual, so you may not get it in. So did you have like a specific like to where you kind of made the point like, hey, from casual, but this is also a business and you can also buy this. Like what did that flow? Like did you have like a presentation or was it like how did they know that there was an option to do something more with this? Am I freezing again? Ugh. I'm sorry, guys. We're buying a booster for this room.
No, it's
Okay.
okay. That, no, it's okay. Brittany, I think one of the things that you're talking about too is just like being economical with the things that you already had,
Yeah.
right? Like if I have collagen, right? Or like if I have a whole thing of collagen shots and I want to be able to share those, right? I could take a few of those out, pour them in separate cups and everybody could try it, right? So, and folks are really good about that. They were like, hey, let's split this or hey, let's do that. Like folks are really mindful about like trying to be like they want to try it, but they're like, hey, I don't need the whole thing. I'll share it with a friend. So,
Okay,
yeah.
perfect. So then my
Yep, it
last
flows really
one
well.
I wanted, hopefully I don't freeze, is how did you keep the energy light and not be too salesy while still making it clear that there was a business
Mhm.
opportunity around it? Because I heard you say like this was really casual, but also and you weren't there to sell connection, that's what we're about, but obviously you do also have a purpose.
Oh, of course, 100%. It's about them, right? And when you make it about what they need, what they're looking for, and how these products can help them do that, I mean, it just flows. It sells
Mhm.
itself, right? I'm not one to just like stand over someone or block the door from them leaving or, anything like that. It's very much of like, hey, tell me what you have going on. What were you excited to try when you got here? What did you love that you tried? And I just found myself like sitting on the couch, just having a conversation with folks. And there were times where it was very one-on-one, and then somebody would maybe ask a question. I would just say, hey guys, like, Lori has a good question over here. Like, I would just love to share this with everyone else because you may have it too. And we just turned it into a conversation. And some folks already knew each other ahead of time, some didn't. And so once they like immersed, they like I found them all like laughing in the kitchen and having a good time and things like that. So one I want to address Kim's chat. Kim, I love what you shared. And so one of the things, like, do you ever worry about people trying products? And so one of the things, I did, ask was like, hey, is anybody here a diabetic? Because with Aloe Glow, things like that. And so I did ask. I said, if you're open to sharing with me, let me know. But if there's any pre-existing like type of conditions, I'm happy to look that up, or maybe not try right now. Let's consult a doctor and we can like follow up. So I did like preface that like in advance because Kim, I love that because I that was like one of my things that I'm like, gosh, I don't want to like hurt somebody. Right. And so just trying to make that like really clear up front, and being able to just like help them with labels and things like that. So,
And I
yep.
mean, and honestly, like I know someone myself, I have allergies. I have to be super, and I have a so I have to be super, like usually when people have conditions, they are on top of it too themselves, but it's also good to ask too. So I love that. I love all of that. That was so freaking helpful. And I know you said you're going to share, shared with me the document. You're going to share the links in the video. So anyone that's watching the replay and all of that. So I think I'm going to end it with one
Yep.
more question. And you already answered so many. So, what would you say to someone that is just kind of like, give them a push to do this, an ending point, give them a push that why they should make it happen? And I'm frozen.
Oh my gosh, because I mean, no, no, I think I got it, Brittany. Like, why should you do this?
Yeah,
Why should you make this happen? Because you don't know what you don't know, and you don't know the difference you can make in somebody else's life by just connecting with them and learning about what their needs are, what they're excited about. There's so much we can learn when we like get away from our phones and our screen. I mean, I run a lot of my business online, but there's nothing more uplifting than helping someone and giving them a gift that we have. And this is a gift that we have to help so many people with whatever it is they're looking for. My brand is Feel Good Forever, so I'm all about helping folks feel good on the inside and out. So, I love being able to follow up, chat with my friends, all the things. But when I was done with this party and folks left, I was like beaming, excited. And it wasn't like, oh my gosh, 6 people joined. Oh my gosh. I was like, we made an impact here today. Like, we made an impact. I had folks like text me and say, oh, I'm texting my friend this right now. I can't wait to share this with her. Hey, our cheer gym needs to know about this because they could benefit from this makeup. This matte lipstick will be perfect. I mean, it was just like, it's the churn is happening now. And it was so uplifting because when people left, they were so excited. And there's nothing like that can impact your heart doing it always online, right? Just that personal impact that you can have with someone. Oh, it's like nothing like it. It was like a literal high of
and
just
just
like,
from
wow, we
talking
did
to
something
you, I
awesome.
noticed your energy, and that's why I noticed the energy of your excitement. You wanted to share because you felt like
I'm
you
so
helped people and you saw a solution. And that's one thing I said I've noticed, like from someone that does their business online, when I've met those stalls, just throwing in an in-person event is a great way to get out of it. Always. It's never failed in my 8 years of just like, okay, time for an open house,
excited.
time to go to a coffee shop, time to do event. It just kicks it out, and then you just feel the
Yep.
excitement. You feel the energy that you just cannot get online. And I love online. It's changed my life, but there's still something about it, you
Yep.
know.
Nothing like a human interaction, and just being able to like hug, connect, shake hands, right? Just being able to be with the other women. It was super exciting. So I'm glad I did it. Can't wait to host another one. I saw in the chat too, like I will share like the Google Doc and Amazon links and all the things. So we will
And I just
definitely.
thought of another theme. It could be couples, like because with the men's line too. So do it with their husbands or
Yeah.
spouses or partners or whatever that looks like. So, well, thanks so much for taking your time. We'll make sure we get the recording up because I know a lot of people are wanting to watch this, and I'm excited to see everyone's events. I'm going to do one too, and I can't wait to just. We always learn each time. So thanks for jumping on, you guys, tonight. Thank you so much, Tina.
Sure. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for
Bye,
joining.
guys.
Bye.